Was on Facebook reading a story today about a mom who had a 17-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old son. The 17-year-old daughter was very outgoing, had lots of friends. 14-year-old son had friends, but not very outgoing, very antisocial. And when he starts to get overwhelmed by people getting into his personal space, he tends to just emotionally shut down. And so the mom's extra protective of her 14-year-old. The 17-year-old daughter wants to have a sleepover and invites four of her good friends over. And the mom says, sure. However, under no circumstances are you guys to go into the 14-year-old brother's room. You're to leave him alone, and by 11 o'clock, I need you guys to be quiet so that the house can get some sleep. And what ended up happening is about 10 p.m., the mom went to check on them, and lo and behold, they were in the 14-year-old son's room. Two of them were sitting on his bed. One of them was flipping through his stuff, and they were all kind of giggling. And the 14-year-old son was also on the bed, completely shut down, looked like he was completely overwhelmed. Mom reacted and ended up calling all of the girls' parents and sending them all home and sending the daughter to her room for the night, who was pissed. And at the very end of the night, she found herself wondering, am I the asshole? Was I wrong about how I handled the situation? What could I have done differently? And I think a lot about boundaries in situations like this, in scenarios like this, especially when it comes to parents and punishment, because I think you shoot yourself in the foot when you only initiate half of the boundary. And what I mean by that is a boundary is an if-when statement. So if you do this, or sorry, when you do this, if you do this, then if then, not if when. If you do this, then I'm going to do this. What I notice a lot of parents do is just the if statement. If you do this, but they don't give the follow-up. And it's not so much even just that they don't give the follow-up. They themselves haven't made a plan for punishment. They haven't figured out what they're going to do. And oftentimes these punishments are reactions instead of plans put in place under relaxed, calm, clear-headed circumstances. And so with the case of this daughter and mother, it could have been as simple as, if you go into your brother's room, everybody's going home, you're not going to have another sleepover for a while until I can trust you. However, the mom didn't have this lined up and ready to go. And so when the moment hit, she just had to react. And then after the fact, when she's clear-headed again, it is having to think, when I was not clear-headed, did I handle that situation well? And the answer to how could I have handled this situation better is to actually go back in time and be more clear when setting the boundary for your children. And that starts with being more clear with your own intentions and your own plans when you have a clear head and when you have a level head and you can think calmly and with time and not in a space where you have to react. You really want to be able to give yourself space to make these decisions. I hope this video is helpful. I love you all. Have a good day.